Garry with COVID busy schedules. It's great to get it going this week. We're delighted to have Garry over. This is through our partnership. We have official partnership with Soccer Profile. I know Stuart will go into a wee bit later on more of the details of that, but I'll pass you on to Garry. Thank you, Garry.
Yeah.
It's on you.
First of all, hello to everyone. Thanks for coming. Just like Chris said, I want to thank Chris for bringing me over. It's been quite a while. We arranged to do this, like you said, before COVID. Keep it coming in. Let's go up. Let's do this. Reality is where this would be a striker, then this would be a defender, or a midfielder against midfielder, doesn't matter. Quick enough, play, get ready to go, walk it! Can't walk when you're defending. Good. Talk to each other. Can't hear you, Blues. Can't hear you.
Thank you, Connor. Now, could you give us your thoughts on today?
It was a great day. I think we all enjoyed it. It was great. It was actually great seeing so many people that I haven't seen in a long time, all coming to enjoy themselves and try and, you know, every little bit you get is always a plus. So to come here and watch Garry in action, and I think what we learned today was just how he puts things across. You know, every session that he done today was stuff we've all seen before, but the mannerism, how he dealt with the players, how he came across in his coaching session was fantastic. You know, and again, I can't praise him at Ulster highly enough. It's been a wonderful day. It's not something I do very often, but it was great to get out and have a great day and meet some really old friends that I haven't seen in a long time. And it was a pleasure meeting Garry because he seems a lovely man, comes across really well, and he's a gentleman. And you can see by him standing out there getting his selfies with a lot of people there that, you know, he puts himself across and carries himself very well. And the session was excellent, you know, dealing with the kids. So yeah, I think it was a great day. It was a great day for me, and it was a great day, as I said, for Ulster as well. And the more the merrier.
Brilliant, no, thanks very much.
You're very
Super. Hi, Ronnie. Ronnie, just a quick question to finish off today. Could you tell us, I suppose, what your first takeaway was from today?
Well, I've been to quite a few sessions where I've been revalidating my licence, and I have to say that was the most enjoyable. You know, I thought in terms of game relation, you know, it was the best in terms of what the sessions and what he done. You can take away to your club, put them into practice, and then take it on to the park on a Saturday. And I thought how he delivered it was excellent. His demeanour was superb for somebody who has played at the top level, who's managed at the top level. You know, his whole grace, his whole manners, and his whole approach was top to bottom. Really enjoyed it.
Brilliant. Thank you, Ronnie.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Absolutely, I do. Yeah.
Whitey, thanks very much for taking your time. Just a question then to finish up. I suppose obviously we've just had the session from Garry Monk, so could you tell us if you'd like to see more of these kind of sessions put on locally?
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant today, so I think everybody in the room would love to see more sessions like that. You have somebody like Gary's experience who's played at that level, managed at the top level as well, but the way he put everything across, his humility, and it was great to see the simplicity of what he was saying as well. And for somebody like myself, a lot of young coaches will learn a lot from it, in terms of maybe they haven't seen a lot of those sessions before, but I think for the experienced coaches it also reaffirms some of the stuff we've been doing, but his delivery was excellent, and it's a bad day when you don't learn something, and I certainly learned something today.
Superstar, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey Jack, so Jack, we're just off the field after going through a session with Garry, so could you give us your players' take on how that session went today?
I thought today was great. I learned a lot. It was very, you know, it reminded me when I played a game, I'll be thinking, oh, I've done this, I can do this a different way, I should be facing this way, make the attacker go back a ways. So there's a lot of stuff I can take from today and put it into my game, I think.
Brilliant. And obviously, Jack, the session this morning was on counter-attack and the session this afternoon was on defending. How did you find that Garry built up those sessions for you as a player?
He done wee drills to get us into, like for the defending one. There's been interceptions where we block off one pass, have to turn quickly, react quickly. So it's really game-like, you know, get us thinking like we would in a game.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Good. Well done. So you're really at the happy path run, right? So Stevie, it's going to be pretty simple in terms of your takeaways from today. And is there anything that you take and implement in the club?
My takeaways from today, and
is there anything that you would take forward and implement with your club?
Yeah.
Okay. So welcome, Stephen. So Stephen, could you let us know your initial thoughts on how today went?
I think it was very, very good, really clear, good message the whole way through, good, real clarity about the message and the delivery of Garry. I thought it was outstanding.
Brilliant. And in terms of the, I suppose, specific elements, obviously we done counter-attacking this morning, defensive one this afternoon. Is there any of those sessions or parts of those sessions you could take and implement towards your club?
I think what I'll take away is the thread right through from your warm-up through to your phase of play, right through to your game model and how to structure it. And I thought Garry put that across really well in terms of, so I would take that structure and I think I would go with a similar structure in terms of what way I plan, both short-term training sessions and the model for the season ahead.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That easy. Hi Chris, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Chris, could you tell us how the event with Garry Monk came about?
Well, it's probably been about 2 years in the making. We first discussed this pre-COVID, how good it would be to bring himself over and deliver a coach education workshop for coaches, and then obviously COVID put the brakes on that. But over that time, we built up a partnership through Garry and his brother Stuart's company, Soccer Profile. And over the lockdown, we were able to deliver a series of Zoom coach educational workshops with some of the really high profile names at the top level of the game in England. So moving on from that, it was about bringing it onto the pitch and getting Garry actually over to deliver something on the pitch. So we're able to do that this week. When he was free and the weekend became available, we snapped at it to get him over and deliver it here at Queen's in the top class facilities.
Brilliant. And in terms of those other coaches, Chris, from a CPD point of view, is there some further thoughts that the Mid-Ulster team will bring those guys across as well?
That's the plan. So obviously after today, we feel this was a massive success and we'll look to kick on from that and hopefully maybe get other coaches over to deliver similar workshops.
Brilliant, thank you. So 2 questions, mate. First one will be about today and the second one you'll have answered loads, so I'm not surprised with the second one. Oran, thanks very much for taking the time to come and see us afterwards. Could you tell us from today, was there any of those bits that you'd be able to take and implement at your club?
I think there's a huge part of it, and you know, for me it's CPD points today, and it's important to do that. But also, I think when people of the quality of Garry, you know, take the time to come over and the effort is made, it's brilliant to come and see, you know, some of this work at the top level and watch it work. So for me, you know, everybody's got their own ideas of how they do things, and you know, as rightfully said out there, the best coaches are thieves and everything else. And you're coming along today, you know, trying to pick something that you can add to what you do and maybe a different way of looking at things. So no, I found it very valuable both morning and afternoon.
Brilliant, thank you. And I'm sure you've been asked this lots, but could you give us a wee bit of an insight on what Coleraine's targets are for this year?
To get back, ideally probably last season was disappointing, and for us, by our standards, was disappointing by the standards probably that the players have set in recent seasons. And for us, in an ever-changing climate of what the league looks like, you know, it's easy to say, oh, there's full-time teams, there's this, there's that. But for us, it's about finding a way to get back up. You know, we've done it for the last few years where we've been able to punch above our weight, and for us, it's about making sure that we get right back up there again.
Superstar, good luck with it. Hope it works out.
Cheers.
That's it. That's simple, mate. Gentlemen. Okay. Garry, thank you very much. Obviously, just come off the session with the Northern Ireland boys. So, could you tell me how it came about? How did you find coming over to Northern Ireland?
No, I found it amazing. It was great, obviously, with Chris and through my brother Stuart, through Soccer Profile, we've had a link. for a good few years now. We've done a few things on Zoom through COVID, you know, certain, what would you call it, like Zoom conversations with audiences and put on certain criteria on there. And it's always in the pipeline to try and come over here physically and do what we did today, which was, putting theory into practice. So, it's our first opportunity to do it, and managed to come over today, flew in this morning, loved it. Kids were great, players were fantastic, staff and players, and the guys that turned up to watch it and be part of it, I thought, really, really enjoyed the experience.
Brilliant. And obviously, Gary, you chatted us outside, you mentioned your first coaching session bar coaching the under-8s, currently out of work. Thought it was interesting that you couldn't get the under-8s management job and you only got invited in for a coaching session. But what's your plans? Where are you heading in the future?
Yeah, I'm hopeful of getting back in. It's, things like today gets the juices flowing again, and I've been preparing and ready, and was just waiting for an opportunity. Hopefully it's the right opportunity and you can go in there and be successful. But I think I can't wait to get back out there and get myself stuck into the football again.
Brilliant. And does it have to be local? Would you consider going abroad?
No, I'm open to everything, and would consider anything. I think you just got to try and take it on its own merit, wherever it is and whatever it is. And I've always judged it on if I feel I can go in there and improve the current state of where it's at. So that's how I judge it. But wherever that may be, I have to see.
Brilliant. Good luck with it.